butter, in go the prawns. Wonderful! These butterfly prawns were the most amazing things you've ever seen, and I'm really sorry you can't have any.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, butterfly. What an interesting topic it is. When you think of butterflies, well, you see, they're maggots, and then they go into a massive cocoon. And, a couple of days later, they emerge into this beautiful creature. But the interesting thing is about butterflies is that they only live for, say, 10 to 12 days. You go to Bristol Zoo and you walk in to this butterfly enclosure and you see these amazing creatures flying about, their colours beautiful. And you think, isn't it a shame that they're only living for 10 to 12 days when they've been living for many, many months as maggots? Now imagine if that was us. Imagine, we are all the maggots. And then, we cocoon into these beautiful creatures. And I think life is quite like that. Sometimes you can have, a dark couple of years. Maybe a relationship is broken down, maybe a marriage, maybe you've lost a child, something very dismal. But then you see the light and you emerge from this cocoon into this beautiful creature, and suddenly life is amazing. But of course, the difference between humans and a butterfly is we have many, many years to live. You see, we think life is very short. Well, actually, in many senses, it's not. Most people live till about 80 years old. That's actually a very long time if you think about it. I suppose if you compare it to the age of the universe, 14 billion years old, then maybe it's not, a long time. However, we are very privileged to be given that amount of time to live, don't you think? And, it is a shame with butterflies how they do die so very quickly. Because, if that was us, I'm sure we'd be very bitter about the fact that we emerge from this beautiful cocoon and see the light and have an amazing time going out every night, meeting up with friends. Maybe you just got married and something wonderful's happened, and then you drop dead. Do you think that's fair? Is it fair that these creatures die 12 days after they start to live? How would you feel if you knew that you only had 12 days to live? What would you do with your life? Would you spend it with loved ones? Would you go out on the town every night and get absolutely smashed enjoying yourself? What would you do if you had 12 days to live? But of course, for many people, they don't know how long they've got to live, and I'm sure that is exactly the same with butterflies. They don't know how long they've got to live, so what do? And of course, we don't know what the brain of a butterfly is like. We don't know whether they can fall in love. We don't know what they know. We don't know whether they're just flying around pointlessly, eating food. But I think it's a real indication for humans and, what we should be thinking about. What would you do if you had 12 days to live? And I think it's a very important thought because, for us, we have so many people in our lives who we love.